10 Craziest Theories of the World. Rank 1. Sami Osmanagic and the Bosnian Pyramids. A Bosnian expat living in Houston, Texas. Osmanagic has made some pretty hefty claims about what he's found hiding in plain sight in the Bosnian landscape, and support for his theories has been overwhelming. The largest complex of pyramids in the world, or rather what's left of them. Rank 2.
Joseph Smith and the ancestry of Native Americans. According to the origin story of the Book of Mormon, Joseph Smith discovered a set of inscribed gold plates and translated them into the Mormon religious text. Part of the teachings in the book involve a pretty strange origin story for Native American people. Rank 3. Utopper and his theories on time. A German writer, artist and self-appointed historian. Much of Utopper's prolific writings deal with the fact that time has largely been made up by past historians. Basically, he says that everyone's lying about when everything happened. Rank 4. John Bradenberg and the nuclear attack on Mars. According to theoretical plasma physicist John Bradenberg, there's a very important lesson for us to learn on Mars. The Merasidalium region of Mars has an incredibly high concentration of xenon-129, a signature that's been seen on Earth after nuclear disasters. Rank 5. Brian Forster and the Paragus skulls. In the 1920s, an archaeologist named Giulio Tello uncovered a series of skulls while working in the Peruvian desert. The skulls were massively elongated, a trait that's been attributed to the practices of head binding. In Brian Forster's writings, he explains that he's not arguing about the practice, but that these heads are different. Rank 6. Gene Matlock and the Origin of Mankind. Gene Matlock is a pretty prolific writer, touching on a myriad of historical eras and subjects. In his book What Strange Mystery Unites the Turkish Nations, India, Catholicism and Mexico, a concise but detailed history of things divine and earthly. Rank 7. Rodney Clough and the Kingdom of Heaven. According to NASA, the planet's auroras are a phenomenon created by the interaction between the magnetic fields at the poles and charged particles that have come from the Sun. According to Rodney Clough, on the other hand, the auroras indicate the location of the opening to the center of the Earth. Rank 8. Hyman Jacob Wilkins and Troy. Popularly accepted history has established the site of the Homeric city of Troy as a set of ruins sitting on the northwestern coast of Turkey. First excavated and explored in 1870, the site has an extensive history. Its first defensive structures and citadels were built around 3000 BC according to Dutch economist Hyman Jacob Wilkins. Though that's all absolute rubbish, because the real site of Troy is in England. Rank 9. Ulf Erlingsson and Atlantis. Mankind has been looking for the mythical remains of Atlantis for centuries. And according to Swedish geographer Ulf Erlingsson, that's because Atlantis is actually Ireland. In his book Atlantis from a Geographer's Perspective, Mapping the Fairyland, there are a couple absolute giveaways. Rank 10. Viscount James Bryce and the discovery of Noah's Ark. There are few people who are going to have more credibility than the British Viscount James Bryce. Educated at the University of Glasgow and Oxford, a professor at the latter and one of the heads of the International Court of Justice in The Hague. He was one of the trial judges that handed down a guilty verdict to Germany after World War